Hello everyone, welcome to Tactica Imperialis and to today's video. Today is going to be a relatively short channel update video. I wanted to let you know where we are and where we're going over the next few months, and just to fill you in on a few things so that you're aware of what's coming up. So as you can probably tell by the change of backdrop and the change in sound quality, I have recently moved. I am now no longer up around the northwest. I've moved to where my new school is, and that is where I'm hoping to stay for a few years. I don't know how long I'm going to stay, but I'm hoping to be here for a good 2 to 3 years at a minimum. And from there, well, we'll see what comes up. But that means that obviously we've got to adjust to a new place, but it also means that we've got a new internet. And that internet is very, very fast. I deliberately got a very strong Wi-Fi so that I could do certain things, and that includes live streaming. So now that we're in this new place, I am proud to say that streaming can return. I've done a couple of streams already, one just to test the signal, and then one proper stream. And I'm hoping to keep streaming up over the coming months. And I'm planning to set up a bit of a schedule and a timetable for when I'm going to be streaming, and I'll talk a bit about that later. But obviously with this new place, that means that there's got to be a new recording setup put into place and different things like that. Now, this place doesn't have furniture, or it didn't when I moved in, and I'm still in the process of furnishing it. So at the moment, I'm in the living room area, and it's very, very large, and it's very, very echoey. I'm quite aware of that, and short of draping carpets over heads and, God, no thank you. I can't do much about that at this time. But I am in the process of establishing an office in one of the bedrooms in here so that I can have a work, hobby, and recording studio. So I can do my marking in there, I can do my painting in there, and I'll record my videos in there. And that room is A, smaller, and B, carpeted, which should hopefully greatly reduce the echo. And I will try and take measures once that room is set up to get the echo and the sound quality exactly where I want it. But for the moment, that room isn't ready because I'm still waiting on some furniture, so you're stuck with the rubbish echo, I'm afraid. That is the main change at the moment in terms of video quality, but we also need to talk about video quantity and what's coming up over the next few months. So obviously, at the moment, it's school holidays. The schools have broken up for summer, not that they were in per se, but it's now summer holidays officially for UK schools, and that lasts until roughly the end of August. End of August, start of September is when the summer holidays end, and when we get there, I'm going to be working at my new school on a full-time basis. And when I say full-time, I mean properly full-time teaching hours compared to my PGCE, where I was working on a half to 2/3 of a full teaching timetable. So I'm going to be doing a lot more teaching, and that means I'm going to be doing a lot more lesson planning, a lot more marking, and a lot more stuff out of school as well as at school. And as may be obvious, that's going to have a knock-on effect on the content that I can produce. Now, I've said it once and I've said it again. I've always put work first over the channel. I put my degree first, I put my PGCE first, and I'm going to continue to do that with my job. And the NQT year, your newly qualified teacher year, which is what I am, I'm a newly qualified teacher, is generally considered one of, if not the most difficult year for a teacher. So it's going to be very busy and very stressful off camera and at work, which means that I'm going to have less time to make videos. But I'm promising you now, videos are not going to stop. I plan to keep content going in one shape, form, or another. And that's what I want to sort of lay out for the next few months, a roadmap where we're going at least up till Christmas. So the month of August, which is about to start, is broadly summer holidays. It's time off for teachers. Now, I'm going to be doing some work through the summer holidays. I'm going to be doing lesson planning and things like that. But broadly, it's 4 weeks off for me. and I plan to use that time to make as many videos as possible. I'm going to try and reset up to do Tactica Tutorialis lesson videos, because whilst I know they don't get the same amount of views as everything else, I really enjoy making them, and I know the value of lessons like that, both for me as a teacher and for students, and people have given me a lot of positive feedback in the comments, so thank you for that. So I plan to take a few of those once I've established my new setup for filming them, so that's going to continue. I plan to keep 40k stories going, and I'm hoping to build a buffer of 3 or 4 weeks if I can, so that I've got a little bit of lag into September where 40k stories can continue. And I also plan to use my thoughts on and sort of sprinkled in here and there when particularly AOS news happens, because when it's 40k news, we generally talk about it on Adeptus Podcastus, which is also going to continue, and I will still be taking part in the podcast no matter what happens. And that's where streaming comes in. With the ability to stream and the fact that it is a very time unintensive task, that's not a word. It's not a task that takes up 5 to 10 hours of my time. I plan to introduce streaming into the regular content rota. I plan to be streaming on a regular basis, though maybe not as frequently as you would hope, so as no matter what happens in a given week, there is always going to be some content on the channel for you to watch and take part in. My current plan for streaming is that I'm going to stream on every non-podcast Friday. So, as you may know, Adeptus Podcastus is recorded on a Friday evening, which is why sometimes we make spectacularly awful guesses about reveals. And the other Friday, I'm going to stream. So my Friday evenings will look like podcast, stream, podcast, stream, podcast, stream. You take each of those chunks as a week. That way, I'll always do something on a Friday evening, and you will get a stream at least every 2 weeks. And during the month of August, where I've got more time, I hope to stream more frequently. So I might stream on Mondays as well. I haven't quite confirmed in my head how often I'm going to stream during August. I might just stream when I feel like it, rather than set up a rota, but I will continue that every other Friday stream through August and then into September and beyond. That's going to continue because it's a good way for me to decompress after work, do a bit of hobby, and just generally catch up with the world that's probably flown past me in the past week or two. Beyond that, content when we hit September is going to get interesting, because as I already mentioned, the NQT year is generally regarded as being exceptionally busy and difficult for teachers. And that's not me talking, that's other people telling me that. So I am prepared for a lot of stuff to be thrown at me very, very quickly. And so I suspect that rather like it did particularly in February at the start of this year, content is going to end up dropping off once we hit September. I will keep things going as best I can and as often as I can. So there will still be bi-weekly streams, there will still be Adeptus Podcastus, and I will try to keep doing my thoughts on videos and maybe some extra streams if I can, just to try and fill in some gaps. But I suspect that particularly the time we hit October, there's going to be a serious drop-off in the amount of videos that I can make, because my buffer will have run out by October, I suspect. So 40k stories might have to go on hiatus until October half term, which is about 6 or 7 weeks. It's about the middle of October, and that might give me a chance to make a couple more, and then it might go on hiatus again until Christmas when I can make a few more, because I don't know how much time in the evenings I'm going to have. I just don't at this time. And as a result, I don't want to commit to, yes, I'm going to get 40k stories out every week. Yes, I'm going to get a lesson out every week. Yes, there's going to be a my thoughts on whenever there's news. I don't want to commit to that because I just don't know. So I guess what the purpose of this video is to let you know that when we hit September, and definitely when we hit October, things are going to slow down. There will be less content coming out because I will not have had time to make it. And sad as that is, it's just the way it kind of has to be. And I've said before that work always comes first, because obligations versus hobby. But I'll do what I can because I love doing this channel and I love doing this thing and I love the community that we've built. But I appreciate that some things have to come first, and that's why I don't run a Patreon. It's why I don't take donations and streams, because I know my situation and therefore I don't feel particularly comfortable taking money knowing that my content is going to become very inconsistent for large chunks of time. So that's broadly it. That's what I wanted you to know. So that's the update on where we are. So we've got new place, that's a new setup. It's not quite ready yet, but I'm hoping that by the second week of August, I've got that place fully established and we'll be doing streams and painting and videos in there, which will greatly reduce the echo, I hope. We're going to have a regular streaming rota every 2 weeks on a Friday evening, UK time. So that would be Friday lunchtime in the US, or maybe Friday afternoon in some parts of the US. Unfortunately for the Australians, it's a bit less friendly. I think it's early morning for Australia, New Zealand, and the like. So you might be able to catch them, and I will try and stream at other times as well. So we might have a more, I don't know, more world-friendly stream on a Sunday afternoon, maybe, or maybe we'll do streams on other times. But definitely every other Friday there will be a stream. Beyond that, content could go anywhere. I'm hoping to keep it going. My thoughts on, definitely, I might rework the lesson videos to be shorter 15-minute bursts, as I originally intended them to be, rather than 45-minute monsters, because they are very time intensive, I can tell you. So I might rework a few things, but that's the plan. That is the plan. I wanted you to know, so that when we get to September, October, you are aware of what's happening and you can refer back to this if you need a reminder. So yeah, that is all I think you need to know for the moment. Thank you very much for watching and thank you very much for your time. And I always say this, thank you very much for your support on the channel. I sometimes wonder how the heck we've got over 30,000 subscribers with what we do, but I really enjoy doing this stuff and it wouldn't be half as fun if we didn't have a great community around us as well. So thank you very much for your continued support, and hopefully I'll be able to keep getting that content out for you over the next few months and years. We will see though, I can't promise anything at this time. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. This has been Tactica Imperialis and this has been the August 2020 channel update. I'll see you all again.